A friend I play paddle with said, "You're always recommending investing into a diversified halal ETF that return 10 to 12%. Why can I invest just for 12%? That's not good enough. Instead, I will invest in a friend's takeout business or raise capital to start my own takeout business or a restaurant." And honestly, I get his point. If I can put 10K into a takeaway business and potentially make 30% or 40%, why settle for 12%? On a halal ETF, that sounds boring. Here's why I think we're looking at the same thing from two different angles. If you want to start a takeaway business, that's great. In fact, if you have the skills, the experience, the right location, and a strong concept, good margins, and you know how to scale it, a business could potentially give you a much higher return than the stock market. There's a huge difference between saying I'm investing £10,000 into a takeaway business that can give me 40% and saying I'm investing £10,000 into an ETF that compounds at 12% for decades. Because the question is, can that takeaway actually compound at 12% or more for 20 years? Let's say you put £100,000 into a diversified halal ETF, purely as an illustration, right? And it compounds at 12% annually. After 10 years, you're at roughly £311,000. After 20 years, you're at roughly £965,000. You're pushing £1 million. You didn't have to open another location, hire another manager, negotiate lease, worry about Deliveroo or Uber Eats changing their fees. You simply allow the investment to compound. So 12% doesn't sound exciting when you look at 1 year, but when you look at it over the decade, it is a completely different conversation. Now let's compare that with the takeaway. Let's say you invest £100,000 into your friend's takeaway business. For that investment to genuinely beat the diversified fund over 20 years, the business needs to create enough profit and increase in value to compound your original investment at a higher rate. And remember, a takeaway doesn't typically compound. If you make £30,000 profit this year, it doesn't automatically become £33,000 next year. You have to reinvest. Maybe you open another location. Maybe you improve the kitchen. Maybe you hire a manager so the business doesn't depend on you. Maybe you open multiple locations. All of that's great, and that's how you create compounding in a business. And this is where I think we underestimate the difficulty. And not just investing money. You're investing money and potentially your time, energy, attention, expertise, and everything you've got. And the UK restaurant and takeaway environment isn't exactly risk-free. We're not saying the stock market is. This is not a comparison. We're just tabling all the options. So in the takeaway environment, you've got rent, you've got your business rates, you've got your staff costs, you've got your food costs, energy, insurance, leasing, equipment repairs. You also have customer acquisition, marketing, delivery platform fees that you have to sort. And then you've got the biggest problem of all. The business can actually fail. Stats show that 38.4% of UK businesses since 2019 survived 5 years. That doesn't mean the rest have failed at takeaway businesses, for an example, but it does show us something important. Starting a business is not the same risk profile as owning a diversified portfolio. One is hands and execution heavy, with probabilistic outcomes over the long run. One is hands-free with deterministic outcomes over the same period, going by 50 odd years of data. Personally, I'll do both, but I'll reduce my exposure to one and increase it to the other. The slow tortoise always pits the hare to win the race. Hey, I'm Afiz and I'm not a finance expert, just a regular guy like yourself, a student of Islamic finance with a tech area. I'm a long-term halal investor who has seen the results of patient investing and compounding, and I'm here to share what I found in building real wealth the halal way. Be sure to give it a follow.